Okay, today you are going to watch me complete these 6.1 math boxes. It is on page 137, looks like this, big 6.1 at the top, we should be used to that, page 137. Okay, it says measure each line segment to the nearest millimeter. Okay, well, I obviously need a ruler, which I did not get out ahead of time, I was not prepared. Okay, ruler. And it says to the nearest millimeter. And it says about how many centimeters and about how many millimeters. Well, go ahead and line it up. It is about 11.5 centimeters. And then in millimeters, that would be, it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 115 millimeters. Now, how did I get that? Because on my ruler, okay, each one of these is a centimeter, okay, it's also 10 millimeters. So mine came to about right here, okay, my line segment, and I went 10 for millimeters. I went 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 111, 12, 13, 14, 15, really little, okay? The second one is make sure you're using the centimeter side, not the inches side. The second one is I'm going to say about 8.5. Okay, about 8.5 centimeters. And then in millimeters, I know that that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. So about 87 millimeters. Okay, the millimeters allow us to be a little bit more exact. Okay, the centimeters, it's about 8.5. Specifically though, we can do millimeters because they're smaller dashes. So all I did was it came to about right there, and I went 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then I counted the individual little ones until I got to the end. And it was about 87. Okay? So this is what the beginning of my paper looks like. About 11.5 on the first one, centimeters. About 115. About 8.5 centimeters on the second one. About 87 millimeters. Okay, and then number 2, it says round 409,381,886 to the nearest hundred. Okay, that's the first one. So the only thing that I'm changing is, for the first one, is I'm underlining the hundred. I'm looking at the hundreds place. I'm going to go over and ask the neighbor. Okay, now, I know that seems a little bit ridiculous because it's such a huge number, but we are going to round it to the hundreds. So we have the hundreds place, we go ask the neighbor, he's bigger than 5, so we were going to make this change up to a 9. So my total answer will be 409,381,900. That 886 changed to a 900 because we only rounded this part, the hundreds. Okay, 10,000s. I'm going to do the same thing. Underline the 8 in the 10,000s, okay? I'm going to go ask the neighbor. The neighbor's a 1. Okay, so that's not going to make him change. So he's going to stay at 409,380. 409,380,000. Okay, that the only thing we changed, the only thing we were looking at was this. Okay, now let's do it to the 10 million. So we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing we did. We're gonna underline the 10 million. We're gonna go ask his neighbor. And guess what, guys? He's a 9. He's a 9. So he's going to make him go up to 410 million. And then we just fill in with zeros at that point. Okay? 100 million. Well, let's go. Underline the 100 million. Go ask the neighbor. The neighbor is a 0. Okay? That's going to make him stay the same. So our answer for D on 2 is just 400 million. Okay, so this is what your paper should look like. 409,381,900. B is 409,380,000. C is 410 million. D is 400 million. Okay? Number 3, multiply using a paper and pencil method. This one's going to be hard. Okay? The grid is there just for you to line it up. Okay? To line it up just like this. Okay? The first thing that we're going to do, listen carefully. The first thing we're going to do is 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. So I put the 4 down. Okay? Put the 4 down and carry the 5 so that it looks like this. Okay? Then I do 9 times 8, which is 72. Plus that 5 that I carried is 77. Okay? And this is what I do, is I erase what I carried because I'm done with that one. So I erase that and then I cross that off. Okay? Now the number one thing you have to do when you're working on the tens spot for that second number is automatically drop that 0. So you just do this. Okay? Now I can do 2 times 6 is 12. Drop the 2 down. Put a 1 up above the 8 because I carried that 1. Now I do 2 times 8, which is 16, plus the 1 is 17. Okay? So this is what I have. This is a 1, by the way. And then now I can add up and down. So I have 4, 9, 14. So my answer was 2,494. Okay? Number 4, complete 10 to the second power. 10 to the second power means that it's 10 times 10. Okay, there are 2 tens that I'm multiplying by itself. Okay, 2 times 10. 10 times 10. I'm doing it twice. Okay, so 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, the other way to remember it is, this is how many zeros there are. So it's 1 and then 2 zeros. Okay, so the next one has 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. So I know that that's 10 to the 4th power. I know that that's 10 to the 4th power. So the 4 goes in that little box. Okay, the next one, 1,000 equals 10 to the what power? Well, I can look and see how many zeros do I have. I have 3. So that's 10 to the 3rd power. Okay, and then 10 to the 9th power seems like it's crazy. All you do is you put your 1 and then you add 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you put your commas in. Okay, I put down my 1 and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros, and my answer is 1 billion. Okay, and then number 5 is circle 5/6 of the squares. Okay, this one's going to seem hard because there are more than 6 squares there. How many are there? Well, let's count them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 squares total, and that's double 6, right? 6 doubled is 12. So I have to double the 5 too. That's 10 out of 12. So 5/6 is the equivalent fraction to 10 over 12. So I'm going to color in, or circle, 10 of these. Okay, I circled that weird, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 circles. 10 circled. Okay, or you could have looked at it and said, you know what, there are 12, and that's 2 sets of 6. So you might have split it and said this is 6 and this is 6. And then you could have circled 5 out of that and then 5 out of the other one. Okay? However, altogether you get the same answer. It's 12. Or it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay?